Hello everyone, welcome back to another review. This time we are checking out Avanti. If you couldn't tell, I was doing the Italian finger thing. This is the Italian forces in North Africa for mid-war Flames of War. It is the second most recent mid-war book, and it is probably my favorite, to be honest. I just love the Italian stuff. But without further ado, let's jump right into the book, shall we? So you get a little bit of history as always, and as usual I won't be looking at it. So, Achtung! Nope. Sorry, that's German, isn't it? Avanti. It literally means advance. It's lovely. So you see what you get in your standard Avanti force. You get to bring a tank company, a weapons company, or a rifle company. And with that you can bring different support units, armored cars, light tanks. The L640 is a support option, a reconnaissance support option. You'll recognize the L640 from my Italian Flames of War tank review. You can also bring 2 units of howitzers, a observation post, of course, a unit of falcos, up to 2 different anti-aircraft guns, which double as anti-tank guns, which is quite nice. And then, of course, you can bring Germans or wildcard units. So, first you get the Arditi, the tank company. With this, you always have to bring an HQ unit of an M41 or 1441, which is always your HQ unit. And then you can also bring different platoons of either M1441s or Semovante self-propelled guns. The Semovantes are a bit more expensive, but they are better armored, better gunned, better at moving. Yeah, no, about equal in moving, sorry. And they're kind of just all around better, though. And though the nice thing for both of them is they're only hit on a 4 up, and they're still pretty cheap. You can take 5 M1441s for only 12 points, so that appeals to me. And it does have scaling unit size. So, for example, the 3 M1441s is only 6 points. So you're only paying 2 points per tank that's hit on a 4. So, pretty damn good there. And then next you get the Berscali Weapons Company. The Berscali are basically just, weapons companies. They come with HMGs, MGs, anti-tank rifles, flamethrowers I think they can take, and they can also... HQ is just a rifle company, but they're basically, if you just want to make a unit purely out of weapons. Heavy weapons. And then you get the rifle unit. Standard rifles. They're pretty cheap. Careful, well trained. And if you want to know more about the reason they have their skills split up like this, just check out my review of the L640. I explain it better there. And here you can bring mortars, heavy mortars, HMGs, and finally get support. Version 4 books are pretty slim. Pretty sure this is only my second review of them. And here you get assault engineers, which have these are the ones with the flamethrowers, the assault engineers. They're pretty expensive, though. And then you get armored cars or light tank platoons. Nice and cheap, both of them. The tanks are probably your better bet, though, just because they've got a bit of front armor that can protect them from rifles and light anti-tank guns. You get the anti-tank... Sorry. They call it an anti-tank battery. It's an anti-aircraft gun. Just like the 88s. And both of them are pretty damn expensive, but you can bring a lot of them, and they are both kind of amazing like that. They're both pretty equal, to be honest. The 88s are a gun team, so they can be dug in, but the other one is on a truck, so it's a bit more mobile. In fact, it's hugely more mobile. You can dash it along a road at 24 inches. Whereas the 88s can only be dashed for 4 inches. But they are unholy expensive, both of them. Then you can bring in the 100mm artillery. Again, it's just kind of artillery. A little armored car observation post. Actual anti-aircraft guns that you'll be using for the anti-aircraft purpose. And Falco assault planes, which are dive bombers. Finally, you can bring in German support, and thankfully they include a little compendium of stuff here that would be historically used by an Italian unit, such as a Panzer IV tank platoon. And here you can really see the difference in point costs between the Italians and the Germans. The Germans are bringing a lot better tanks, but they're bringing quite a bit fewer of them. And since you're both veterans, hit on a 4-up, they're not that much more durable. Sorry. And then, you get to see that you can also bring Panzer IIIs, and even the Panzer IIIs are pretty expensive. Then you get Africa Rifle Company and Tank Hunters, both of which are, again, just a bit more expensive than the Italian units. And you also get to see how to paint stuff, as usual. But anyway, that is the little schmoll book of Avanti. What do I think? Well, overall, I think it's probably one of the better version 4 books. It's got a bit of character to it, You got the 8 million bayonets rule. You've got just a little bit here and there that gives the army some flavor. One of my things I really hate about Team Yankee is that the nations have no flavor. And I feel like version 4 is kind of leaning down that same road. Flames of War, to me, one of the coolest things is that each nation has its own special rules. One of my favorite nations to play is Japan, because they've got so many different special rules. So I think this Avanti book is a nice bit of return to form. I really hope they continue down the same path of giving the nations a lot more character than they currently do. I will not be picking up the British new book, as you guys really want me to, but I don't care for it myself. I've got the Churchill cards, so I can include them in my American force. Anyway, guys. Oh, I will be picking up the Eastern Front books that are released later this year, or possibly early next year. We haven't gotten a solid date on those. I'll pick those up, though, and review them for you. But, anyway, you guys know what to do now. Oh, sorry, I forgot to include possibly the most important thing. Yes, I do recommend this book. Not to newer Flames of War players, probably, because, again, their stuff's super cheap, so you're going to need a horde of it. So, if you're an old neckbeard, or if you're just somebody with way too much disposable income, then yeah, I probably do recommend the book to you. But, like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Tell me to go screw myself in the comments if you guys really want to. It's on you. But I will see you guys in the next video.